Now, I warn you in advance, there may be some ranting in this one because a rich person who's a barrister and an MP and a sir thinks he understands that 159 quid is a lot of money to us little people. Hi, yeah, it's me again. An MP and barrister, Sir Christopher Chope, has an idea about the TV licence that I thought we could talk about a little bit today. Just a quick little video as always. We'll talk about it and then we'll have a look at Sir Christopher Chope and see if he's on our team or not, shall we? Sir Christopher, a former minister, said, "With people facing a cost of living crisis, it would be fantastic if the government was able to say that everybody is going to be relieved of paying nearly £160 to the BBC each year." Sir Christopher said abolishing the television tax would help households struggling with rising prices. He added, what better way of privatising it than by giving everybody who is currently a licence fee payer some free shares in it? Well, what utter nonsense this man is spouting there. First of all, let's have a look at you, Christopher Chope, and then we'll come back to your points, shall we? So you've been elected 7 times for Christchurch. You've been a Conservative party affiliation since 1983. According to Wikipedia, everyone's favourite source of true facts, although I do believe this one, he is a British barrister, which I'm no expert here, but I hear the word barrister and I think quite highly paid career. And they're not all gits like black belt barristers. A lovely man, I'm sure. I haven't met him personally, hopefully one day. But you don't hear the word barrister and think, yeah, he's struggling to pay his electric bill, do you? Anyway, let's have a look at his expenses. So we're on here, look, IPSA, Christopher Chope. Let's have a look. So 2018 to 2019, his expenses were £100,000. That was from just staffing payroll. It was actually more than that. I mean, staff travel was £2,000, office cost was £18,000, MP travel £6,000, accommodation £5,000. It's just his payroll that was £100,000. What about 17 and 18? Payroll of £93,000. Loads of other costs. 16 to 17, payroll £93,000. Loads of costs. 2020 to 21, £108,000 staffing costs. Loads of other costs. £23,000 on office costs. Look at that. And 21 to 22, looks like he let his staff members go because the staffing cost of only £1,000. Or he knew I was going to be talking about him. He thought he'd better sack them off quick. But these MPs do have a habit of employing good friends, family members, or maybe even mistresses to high-paying jobs in their office as PAs or office administrators that do bugger all for the money. We've all heard the stories of that in the past. I'm not saying that's what's happened here because I couldn't possibly prove that. All right, well, in fact, that's dug deep enough, and I'm not going to because I'm not that bothered. We're here to talk about his TV licence stuff. But £100,000 on staffing costs for just a standard MP. How? How do you need that amount of staff? I understand the office because you have to do your MP surgery and stuff like that, and you do need a little office. I don't understand how it costs £23,000 in 20 to 21 for an office. I'll even allow your travel expenses of 2,300 quid. And your accommodation, maybe that was required. Staff travel of 90 quid for 2021, not bad. But staffing of £108,000, how could he possibly need £108,000 worth of staffing costs? But I'm not saying this to have a dig at Sir Christopher Chope. I'm not saying this to have a dig at all. The point I'm trying to make is this point here that he said. With people facing a cost of living crisis, it would be fantastic if the government was able to say that everybody is going to be relieved of paying nearly £160 to the BBC each year. Abolishing the television tax would help households struggling with rising prices. I am fed up of these highly paid MPs telling us they want to help us. You have no idea, mate. 159 quid is considered a lot of money to a lot of people out there. There are people watching this video that would love, absolutely dream of having 160 quid in the bank that doesn't have anything earmarked for it, just for emergencies, just so they can get some shoes for their kid to go to school, or they don't have to send their kid to school in trousers that are too short to them now and they might get picked on. You know, just so they can cover the electric costs. You know, just so they can put a bit of extra food in the fridge, or they've got a kid's birthday coming up, they can actually afford a tenner for a cake or something. You, sir, have no idea at all what that feels like. So it's very patronising for you to say things like this, because you just don't know. 160 quid is nothing to you. It's nothing. I mean, you are claiming on your MP travel costs for 20 to 21, £2,376. You're claiming office costs, you're saying staff travel. You have no idea what money is. You're also a barrister, which means you are highly paid. You're an MP, which means you're highly paid. You know, you're probably on a few committees or a few non-executive directorships as well. Probably, I don't know. Let's have a look, see if anything says here. No, I can't be bothered to dig too much either, because I'm still going to make my point anyway. Is that he has no idea what 159 quid a year is to some people. That's why I'm in this fight. You know, I was paying, what was it, 12 quid a month or something. I was always brought up to believe you had to pay it. I'm living in a council flat. I've got no food in the fridge. My electric's on a key card meter, and I can't put the lights or the telly on as much as I want because I can't afford for that electric to run out, because the little bit of food I will have in the fridge might go off. You know, when I had an empty fridge and I left the house, I would turn the master switch for the electric off to make sure that no electric was used while I was out. That's how desperate times were. And at no point was I told I didn't have to pay the television licence fee. The debt charities that helped me told me I should pay it. My mum, growing up, told me I should pay it. 159 quid a year was a lot of money. Well, it was 159 then, but you get the point I'm trying to make. It was a lot of money to me, and it is to a lot of families out there. And you saying in your privileged lifestyle that it will help people, you have no idea, mate. You have no idea at all. You've got no clue. So with that point out of the way, the other point he made was, what better way of privatising it than by giving everybody who is currently a licence fee person free shares in it? So he wants to privatise the BBC and then give you shares in it. Didn't the government at one point privatise a couple of banks at great expense, didn't they? Bailed out the banks. Because us taxpayers owned it at that point, didn't we? How's your shares? How's your dividends paid out for that? Did you get your dividend payments through from RBS and that, did you? No, I didn't get mine either. I didn't get mine either. We're already stakeholders in the BBC if we're paying for it. I'm not, and hopefully you're not. We own free shares. What we want is for the BBC to jog on. That's all we want. Find your own way of making money. It's not hard to do. I've got this story here. This is from, where are we? From another story I was doing. Another story I'm doing this week, but I got a document here. ITV, their external revenue for last year was 3.4 billion, and their advertising revenue gained in was 1.9 billion. Now the BBC get 3.2 billion a year from TV licence fees. They made enough cuts, if they changed enough things, they could now fund themselves by advertising revenue. ITV have proved it's possible. And to be fair, the BBC would probably make more in ad revenue than ITV would, because advertisers see them as a more premium, a more trusted brand, don't they? So it's time now. It's time to end the licence fee. It's time to make them show ads, make them charge subscriptions, do whatever. But Sir Christopher Chope shouldn't be saying things like this. What he should be saying is, I'm petitioning government to 2027, when the Royal Charter for the BBC expires, to tell them they're on their own. And what they choose to do to fund themselves is their business, no longer the people's. That's the kind of thing you should be campaigning for, Mr. Chope. And also, while you're doing that, stop pretending you're a normal person who thinks 159 quid is a lot of money, because it's not. It probably wouldn't even fill your car, 159 quid. Would it? It wouldn't even be lunch on most days to you, I would imagine, on your barristery lunches. So yeah, just stop that. Just stop that. So what do you think about this then? What do you think about his idea of privatising it and you having some shares as a licence fee payer? Ridiculous, isn't it? Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. 'Cause if you do that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.